So in the woke right arena of battle, there is a new story, something called Arby's Gate. And then there's also a hidden swastika controversy happening right now. So basically what happened is Matt Walsh, obviously from the Daily Wire, responded to an AI-generated image of 6 blonde women, talking about the claim that white people are not native to regions like the Americas, even after centuries of resettlement. But here's the thing. When he replied to this, there was a hidden swastika in the image. Now, we saw this. I didn't see it the first time. You had to tell me that there was a swastika on it. And Matt Walsh claims I had no idea that there was a swastika here.
And to be honest, the first time that I saw the image, I didn't see the swastika sign.
No.
And then when they started to complain about it, oh, he's retweeting swastika signs, I looked at it for a solid 5 minutes and I still couldn't find the swastika sign there until somebody actually drew it in the hidden swastika sign, right? It's on purpose.
And that image where he drew it has over 10 million views and like 25,000 likes. Now, here's the thing. James Lindsay first came after him, kind of calling it woke right, and then it got into this huge argument. But here's one thing that James Lindsay says. He posted on May 14th, what's going on is that a woke right operative, maybe a groyper or adjacent, replied to Matt Walsh with the hidden swastika image, knowing he was likely to comment on it because Matt never leaves anything like that alone. And then they ran with it once he did. Then Matt Walsh issued a resounding statement saying, I've been in the middle of some bullshit outrage cycles in my day, but the one that some of you cooked up this week is probably the fakest of all. There are even conservatives hounding me and demanding that I apologize for hidden swastika that someone else posted in a tweet that I replied to. I apologize for nothing. I owe you nothing. I will not explain myself. Piss off, all of you.
So I guess this is what James Lindsay was right about, right?
Yeah, kind of. You know, he did understand that these things are put into the space to get retweeted and then say, oh, look, he really supports us because he reposted this thing. So even though Matt Walsh rejects this completely, there are still going to be some woke right people who are saying, look, he secretly is with us. Just like when Trump said the good and bad people on both sides line, people said that's a hidden message, or the stand back and stand by. Those are all hidden messages. So they use all these little crumpets of information to say, no, guys, they're really with us. They just can't say it out loud.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that it's part of this hidden message thing, right? That there must be some hidden messages here always. And Matt Walsh is just showing us he's trapped right now by the Daily Wire, so he can't really say it.
Because the Jews.
Because the Jews and Israel, and Daily Wire is actually Daily Israel or Israeli Wire, whatever they want to call it. But that's exactly it at the end of the day, is that it's this hidden messages thing that they're trying to trap people into. One thing I disagree with James Lindsay about when he kind of like framed, or I guess he called Matt Walsh woke right, so I don't necessarily think that Matt Walsh is woke right. I don't necessarily know what James Lindsay was referring to Matt Walsh when he called him woke. I think it was something to do with the support for the Shiloh Hendricks girl who called the autistic black kid the N-word like 5 times or whatever. He showed support for her, but not necessarily support for her cause, just for the saying like we shouldn't be trying to cancel people, and that's kind of what that was all about there.
I think that there was a lot of things simmering, and then when he reposted the hidden swastika image, that's where James Lindsay really went out and said, okay, clearly, you know, you've been doing kind of what Tucker did, where you slide your way into it and you make a big claim or you do something like this. So James Lindsay actually apologized for this.
Good.
Another thing that Matt Walsh did is he's been talking about Arby's since like 2015. And Arby's posted a tweet that said something like, unlike our father, our ham and cheese sandwich came back. So Matt Walsh replied to this. James Lindsay kind of called him out woke right. James Lindsay then, a few days later, recanted and deleted his post and then offered an olive branch to Matt Walsh, say, hey, I'll meet you at Arby's, let's go get a sandwich. Kind of saying, okay, that one I may have taken too far. So that's why I said James Lindsay was right, but then he was kind of wrong.
At least he's being honest and transparent, right?
Yeah.
That's all we can ask
The
for.
good thing I like is that Matt Walsh actually retweeted a clip from James Lindsay talk about how to deal with struggle sessions. And Matt Walsh says, this is exactly what you said, James, exactly what I'm going to do. And, you know, things kind of settled. I could see a very clear path to James Lindsay being on the Daily Wire.
Oh, absolutely. I think he's a perfect fit for the Daily Wire, honestly, because, again, we obviously see there's a split in terms of the independent media on the conservative right, is that you have the very, very right, and then you have, like, the, I guess I'll call you traditional conservatives who aren't married to a certain ideology or something. Hugh fits perfectly in those conservatives who aren't married to a certain ideology.